Today is brought to you by IT&E Life in Motion.
Half a day, everybody, and welcome to an extra special edition of KUM News Extra. I'm Jason Salas, and we are talking about the St Baldricks Foundation tonight and the latest shaving event where members of the island community from all walks of life will gather at GPO this Saturday from 10 to 12, and we will shave our heads to raise money for children's cancer. It's a wonderful, wonderful charity. It's my favorite charity. We've been involved since 2009, and I've got two good friends of mine right here. The very lovely Monique Basinger, who actually got us into this. So Monique, to you I owe so much because you introduced us to this cause, you allowed us to help, and you've really taught us what the power of community is. So thank you, first of all, and half a day.
Thank you.
All right, and it's great to work with you as always.
Thanks.
Okay, and then Steve Serbin, someone who I have known forever and a day. We go all the way back to middle school.
Yes.
And your daughter was Samantha. She inspired the entire island, and she bravely fought cancer. She had so many friends and family here. Unfortunately, she passed away this past February. She's always in our thoughts, Steve, and we appreciate you being here.
Thank you.
Okay, so let's talk, Mo, about St. Baldricks. For people that may not know and everything like that, and probably more to the point, how did you become aware of this?
Because it is kind of an insurance industry organization. It was created by 3 reinsurance colleagues in New York, and they basically decided they needed to do something to benefit other people because their careers were well, their lives were well, and they kind of challenged each other. And one of them had a great head of hair, and that's kind of where the inspiration for the head shaving came from. One of the guys challenged the other guy. And so ultimately they created it. The very first St. Baldricks was in 2000, and it was at O'Brady's in New York City. And that was the beginning of it. And it was only in the insurance industry until 2002. And that's when they opened it up to everyone and started creating a national organization to what it is today. So that's kind of the beginning of how St. Baldricks started initially. And then here on Guam, we started in 2009. As you said, the Insurance Association of Guam brought it here. And because of our unique challenges on the island, in addition to it being St. Baldricks, which is cancer research for childhood cancers, we also give half of the proceeds to the Edward M. Calvo Foundation separately, different from their own fundraising events, so that we can help our local kids who end up having cancer and have to all the expenses that we incur here on the island that maybe somebody in the States wouldn't have to incur. We're able to provide support for that. And we were fortunate enough to be able to assist Samantha somewhat during her battle, and happy that we could do it.
And we honor her this year, Steve, you know, like as her parent. You have very generously allowed her to be this year's, posthumously, this year's like honoree. So we are doing, raising money this year, meeting at GPO, like I said, and everything like that, to do that in honor of Sam and the way she inspired the entire community. So thank you. And
yes,
you know,
you're very welcome. We're very fortunate to have foundations like the St. Baldricks Foundation and others on Guam. And when Monique reached out to me to let me know about this, basically I could not say no. So we're very honored.
Well, there is a story right now. We want you to watch it. We actually did like a retrospective on the life of little Samantha and everything like that. It's very, very emotional, really good stuff. So you can check that out on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/KUM News right now. I got to ask Steve, when the community was rallying together for this, I know it started out with St. John's where she was a student, you know, all of her classmates were saying, we know she loves orange, everybody wear orange, let's do something, let's send cards and messages, let's send videos to her and everything like that. I'm sure that was humbling for you as a parent, and yet at the same time, you know, that's your little girl who's going through something and everything like that. So what advice maybe and you know, wisdom can you give to parents who are going through that right now with their kids?
Gosh, there's so many things that have gone through my mind over the past year, and especially during the ordeal that Samantha had gone through. The amount of support we've received is overwhelming. Family support, I'll say spiritual support, just even support from just friends and, of course, the local community. Advice that I can give to anybody that's going through this with their own child is just to remain faithful, remain strong. and just lean on the support of your friends and family who are always there for you.
Yeah, it's an incredibly difficult thing, obviously, to do, and obviously you're getting emotional just like hearing about this and everything, and you've been involved for so many times. Transitioning to what it's like for someone who will volunteer to shave their head, whether it's for somebody in tribute to someone like Sam, whether it's to do it for a total stranger, or they just say, like, I believe in this cause, I'm going to give some money, and I'm also going to shave my head. You look fantastic bald, by the way, I must say. Right now on the St Baldricks page, I want you guys, go to stbaldricks.org, search on Guam, and the Rock the Bald event, which happens again this Saturday. It's a picture of Mo and I, and we're kind of like doing the whole cheers. We're doing the whole cheers thing, like with our bald heads and everything like that. But tell people what it is, because obviously for women it's a little bit more of an emotional connection. But when you do that, knowing the gravity of what you're doing to support children that are fighting, how does it feel?
Well, very liberating, actually. I think everybody should go bald once in their life. It's a very cool experience, ladies particularly, to just not have something on your head. But in addition to that, to kind of get over our vanity that we just naturally have as ladies and realize what these young girls have to go through, and boys. But, that's part of the shaving process is relating to what something that these kids have to go through. We can't relate to the pain, but at least understanding maybe what it's like to have to walk around with no hair. And I mean, I can't tell you how many people said to me, I'm so sorry, after I shaved. They just naturally assumed that I was sick. Yeah. So it's an unreal experience. And because I'm a girl, I really used that to my advantage to get some money. And I'm very grateful. I was able to raise over $8,000 utilizing my feminine locks and just pushing people. It's like, look, this is for charity. We have the matching donation that we have again this year, guys. So every dollar that somebody donates, you're going to get $1 in from the Insurance Association of Guam. So your money is doubled towards the cause. And so very exciting, very exciting. And then at the same time, my goddaughter was sick, and we lost her last year.
I'm sorry.
So, it was kind of in honor of Dolly while she was going through the same thing back in California. So,
well, Steve, you'll be there on Saturday. I'm actually going to have my head shaved to kick everything off. We're going to do this at the bottom of the show, but enough about me. For you and the parents, and even for total strangers and everything like that, you'll be going bald.
I don't know if me in particular,
well, there's my first challenge.
Okay. Yeah,
I'll put $100 on that.
And it's done live.
There you go.
Okay, well, we'll talk about that. How's that?
Yeah. So you're going there, and you and your family will be there, obviously to honor Sam, one of your sons. Hello, Steve. he's off camera right there, but he's super happy, he's super jazzed to be here. Obviously, you're going to talk to a lot of people. A lot of people are going to have questions. They're going to continue to offer sympathy and everything like that. What does it still mean to you? I mean, granted, it's now been like almost 10 months.
Yes, and people still come to me. They still talk to me and give me their condolences. As a matter of fact, some of my FD brothers, the alumni, came to me. One in particular, Francis Diaz, he recently...
And there are some beautiful pictures of Sam right there.
Yes, Samantha. He recently reached out to me and really put everything in perspective, because his daughter had gone through a similar fight. And I'm very proud to say that she had survived, and she's living well. Another person, Taya. Taya's father had reached out to me. I've met her numerous times.
Yep, Taya Van Meter.
Yeah, yes.
We got a story about her, so don't move a muscle, anybody, because we're going to get you up to speed on what Taya's up to.
And BJ was very supportive and gave me a lot of good words to just pretty much keep on fighting. The big thing for Samantha was a football player that came by.
Zach Banner?
USC Trojan, Zach Banner. I believe you and I were in contact during that visit, and
which is also interesting because she was at the UCLA Children's Hospital, and for a USC Trojan to step foot on UCLA's campus,
Zach
that's
is
saying something.
Very brave to come into UCLA.
But their bond, that they made and everything, they met a few times, and everybody could see how genuine it was. It's like, wow, there's two people who just share something, and they really did become friends in the pure sense of the word.
It was amazing, yes it was, and he really keeps her memory alive, which I'm very proud of and thankful for. and so have a lot of others on Guam. And so if I can say thank you, I don't think I've been able to say thank you to a lot of the people over the past years. With people like Dr. Varela, Dr. Shea, Dr. Akamoto, Dr. Berg, Dr. Fojas, AMC, St Baldricks Foundation, the Edward M. Calvo Cancer Foundation, Guam Cancer Care, the American Cancer Society. Everyone. We couldn't have gone through this ordeal without everyone's support. And being from Guam, it's very unique. I'd have to say the Hafaday spirit was really evident with everything that we've done. And for KUAM and Sorensen, from the bottom of the Serban family's hearts and the Free Neza families, we thank you for everything that you guys have done.
All right, and thank you for sharing once again. And Mo, thank you for being here. We look forward to working with you. And that is going to be, once again, everybody, GPO this Saturday, 10 to 2. This is just the beginning. We got a whole bunch of stuff coming on about St. Baldricks, so please stay tuned because we are coming right back and we are going to get you up to speed on Princess Taya Van Meter. Please stay tuned.